Okay, so now we've got the front wheel off. Now this was a little different than I expected. Okay, let me get right. Okay, so we've got twin disc brakes. Okay, I only needed to take one caliper off. See, this bike has, I forget what they call it. Okay, there you go, track. It's like an anti-dive. So like when you apply the front brakes, some sort of magic happens in this apparatus that's supposed to stiffen the front forks to keep it from diving. That was 30 years ago when the bike was new. But so basically this caliper on this side is sort of complicated. There's a whole bunch going on over here that I don't understand. So I only took one caliper off, the one on the right side, and it was super simple. 2 bolts and it slides right off with the wheel still mounted. And you can see I got it hung up right here. And on the bottom of the forks, there's like these little cradles. Those things. And when you take, there's nuts on the ends of these. When you take the nuts off, basically the front axle and everything like will fall right out. The only thing that had a little bit of attention, that little guy right there, that's the speedometer. And see it right there, just one Phillips head screw that goes in the bottom. But yeah, so like I say, I only had to take one caliper off, and I was able to slide out around the other caliper. So without having to mess with that complicated disc and fork and all that stuff. So, but now it's a good chance to look at brake discs, and they're in good shape, and all I need is new modern rubber. These tires, I'm hoping that new tires will solve my problem. Basically, I'm getting a wobble under deceleration. Basically, if I'm decelerating, if I'm in 4th gear, whatever, 50 miles an hour, and I'm decelerating without while I'm in gear, without the clutch pulled in, like letting the engine brake slow it down. If I take my hands off the handlebars, I get as soon as the handlebars get light, it starts wobbling, and as soon as I put my hands back on it, it'll stop. So, and it also gets a slight wobble at lean. And I've been too nervous to really ride it at speed. But like around town, like if I'm taking a left at a red light, when I lean it over, the handlebars will start to shake while it's on lean. I'm hoping that new tires will solve my problem. It needs them anyway. These tires are ancient. So I just ordered these, and they're the correct size. Pirelli Sport Demons. Unfortunately, all I can really get for this bike is kind of like cruiser tires. I can't really get anything super sticky. But I think they'll do well enough. But if that doesn't fix it, then then it might be the steering head bearings. But I don't think. I've tested them before. In fact, I can do it now. There's no play. They're not rocking side to side. I've had this thing up in the air before to test those head bearings. So I don't think that's it. This suspension is adjustable if it's working properly. So if new tires doesn't do it, then I'm going to have to sort of ask somebody that's got more experience than I do. But nevertheless, so there's if you're working on your Honda Nighthawk and excuse me, and don't know what you're fixing to get into, hopefully this will shed some light.